Bow, chicka wow wow. What's up, party people? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Elkivate Your Life. I am your hostess with the mostess. L is in the letter L, and key as in the key to your heart. And I am so excited that we have a special guest in the house. Woot woot. Audience, please welcome my dear friend Sarah. Sarah, welcome to the show.
Hello, I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you for joining us. I'm so glad you're here. And Chanel is here, guys, but we had
She's
a long day.
us.
Yeah, she's chilling like a villain right now.
This is my first podcast.
Exciting.
I know.
You're going to sound fabulous. You're going to love it. You're going to be like, okay, I need to be on more often.
Right.
So what I want to talk to you about today is something that has been burning up social media, talking about feminism and the hookup culture and the different generations. And I want to find out, since you're a millennial, right?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on this topic? Have you listened to it? Have you listened to any of the pods that are out there about it?
I've listened to a few, but I definitely think, so Elke and I both share our birthdays this week, and I will be 30 and I'm single.
Yes.
So I definitely, I feel the pressure to date, but then I'm also sometimes I feel so young still, and I still want to achieve so much as a woman.
Yeah.
So I agree with the feminist part, but I also, I think a lot of what generations have gotten away from is just wanting to fall in love, wanting to be in love and having that be the commitment.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, okay, so you and I both know, and we don't have to name names, that you've been in this
situationship.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for saying that for me. And so, well, is he a millennial?
Yeah, he is a millennial.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious, do you know what his stand is on it? Because
I think he's 5 years my senior, so he kind of feels like it's past the point sometimes of even being married, so it's not like he wouldn't want to find we both, but I don't think marriage is ever too late, when you find the right person. But also we're neither of us, even though we've been in limbo, we're not really app dating people. Both of us are super social.
Mm-hmm.
And so I also think that we don't take dating as serious because we don't download the apps and put that much forth effort into dating other people. You know what I mean? So
I love that you're talking about that. Yeah. Sorry to talk over you, but talking about the apps, because I had to research all the different apps depending on the generation, right? We got Gen
what
Z
you're
or
into.
Gen X. Yeah, and there's actually one for my generation, which baby boomer?
Yeah. You're Gen Y.
Gen Y.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, guys. I get so confused when we start talking about all these different generations. But there's actually one that's called Coffee Time.
Coffee Time.
So it's for the, more mature adult, I guess.
There's all religions, and even if you're in a different tax bracket, Raya is meant for famous people and millionaires.
Interesting. Okay,
you
a lot of shared one that I didn't even know about. Yeah,
okay. Raya, and there's a lot of socialites, athletes that are on there and stuff because it's a different tax bracket, so you're not meeting, just normal people. They're not coming after your money kind of thing.
Okay, that's so interesting. See, the more we talk about it, the more I want to know about it. So, so let me just share this for a minute. And by the way, guys, I don't want to forget this since she mentioned it. It is our birthday week. So shout out to our fellow Cancers, our fellow crabs. Mine is Thursday, July 17th. Yours is Friday.
Yeah, we're back to back.
Right? So shout out to our fellow Cancers. Don't want to forget about them. But this is kind of an interesting topic. So my friend Travis, who is a loyal listener, brought this up and said to talk about this topic because he thinks that the feminism like ruined him and his opportunities because women, and I'm going to put myself in that position for a minute. So here's the thing, guys. I was a single mom. Not really by choice. I mean, I didn't want to do it on my own, but I kind of feel like I I'm like on the fence with the whole feminism thing because I had to do things on my own. Like I didn't have a choice.
Yeah,
I had to raise them. I had to raise my son and daughter without any help. And so quite frankly, that's why I wanted to have you as a guest because on the one hand, I'm like, I didn't have a choice in the matter. I had to be the mom and the dad. And so the whole hookup culture is kind of foreign to me.
Yeah.
I know people that participate in it and have high body count. But yeah, I'm just curious. So it sounds like you haven't given up on love, hope, dating,
No, I mean, like,
relationships.
I will say going through, like, college and experiences, like, you definitely have your freedom, so there's definitely, like, hookup culture going on there, but I will say,
Yeah.
like, I don't know if I feel as comfortable to go out and participate it the older that I get, just because you feel less comfortable with people in that way. Like, when
Yeah.
you're young, you're meeting everybody and you're just like, what's, and it's just the time, but I definitely kind of think that, like, as we move forward, like Gen Z, like, they're gonna get away from hookup culture because hookup culture started in the 90s and I feel like it's kind of faded out. But I mean, also, like you brought up, that has to do with a lot of feminism and like the feminist movement, because I mean, even when I was like just a few years ago, I'm like, I'm making my own money, like I don't need a man, like unless like
Right.
you're on the competitive side. But now I'm like, gosh, like two incomes would be nice, but also I'm putting like love first, so it's like I
Yeah.
still want that to be like the main priority. But it is like, it's not easy for like a lot of households don't have two incomes anymore. And like, there's more single people buying homes than ever. And, that's just the way
Exactly.
wealth and love is changing.
Okay, well, I just thought of somebody. Thank you for that. You actually know someone that's like a boss babe, and we're not going to be dropping any names here today. But you know someone that's a boss babe that's basically doing it on her own and kind of like in the situation that I was in. So I just I don't know. It's like I feel bad for you guys and the Travises out there that are struggling. Like we can't meet your expectations, and there definitely are some high expectations. I will say that I personally have some friends that are um, boomers, right? And they're like, oh, 6'5", six figures, blue eyes, this, that, like, so I just feel like we've gotten away from authentically meeting someone.
Emotionally available people too,
Right,
not just for the
right.
looks. Yeah.
Yes. And I feel like when you create such a huge, specific, tailored list based on surface level stuff, you might be limiting yourself.
My mom says I'll always be happy if I'm less picky, but then I've said, like,
oh, really? That's interesting that your mom says
well,
that.
she says I don't pick the best, but then I'm also like, what you would pick, I would never, like, she's like, it's all about personality, but I'm like, if I have to wake up and look at them every day, like, I want them to be at least somewhat good looking.
Yes, yes, looks definitely come into
but
play.
I also,
for sure.
like, I don't think I'm not shallow to the point of like, oh, I would never ever like give things a try. I mean, I have, you know, I've gone on blind dates and, stuck them out and everything like that. So it's not like I'm shallow, but it's also, I know like what personalities and humor and charisma makes me comfortable. And that's what I'm attracted to.
Right. So it's like the energy and the personality, but obviously looks are important. Yeah.
If I have to put on makeup, then come on.
Yeah. Right. Yes, I agree with you. That's interesting we're talking about that because people, will make reference about my husband and I all the time, like that we're in different. how can I put this delicately? That we're in different brackets, right? I don't know. Am I using the right word?
That's the
Correct me
best,
if I'm
yeah.
wrong. But I will say that I, like you, look to where the heart is. But also, I want somebody that makes me laugh. And yeah, you got to be attracted to them. But hindsight is 2020, and I'm like, I would have never given him a second look. But I liked his energy and his
Mhm.
personality and his sense of humor and all that stuff
Sometimes that
shined
takes
through.
over more. Like, and it's
Yeah,
more powerful, like, when you meet them in public that you notice that before, like,
right, right.
their looks ever or anything like that.
Yes, I agree 100%. The other thing that you said is kind of interesting, talking about looks, because looks, I mean, yeah, you want to wake up and be like, oh, he's so cute or hot or whatever, right? Um, but I tell Mister all the time, like, all of this is going to fade, and I still need to be able to like you, and you still have to be able to like me. So I think your opinions are so valid and relevant, and that more people should be open to looking for somebody
Yeah.
like that.
And
Like,
it's interesting that I don't know if guys would look at that as like feminism. You know what I mean? Sticking to
yeah,
your guns until you're like holding out for that one. But it's also it's like, just as much as like women have grown and like have had to work to maintain their confidence that, to be these independent people, it's like men also have to do that as well. And like obviously we don't see it as much, but it's like we're both like competing for confidence to go up to a person and like
yes,
yeah.
I agree. That's one of the things that I always think about too, because I got to tell you, throughout high school, and I didn't go to college like yourself, but throughout school and even into my 20s, I don't think I got my full confidence until I hit 30. And I remember saying yes to anybody that asked me to dance or asked me out, because I'm like, I could put myself in their shoes, where it is scary to
Yeah.
approach a stranger and go up to them and, get rejected, like, for both parties,
Yeah.
right? The woman
Yeah.
and the man. So, wow. Okay. Well, so do you have any friends that are in, like, the hookup culture, shall we say?
I mean, I have like a few friends that like participate in it, but I mean a lot of it is also like a few of them do go on dates regularly from apps. So it's
Mm-hmm.
not like they're like hooking up off the bat. I would say I have like more friends that date. Like I mean,
Okay.
and I look up to them for that because I'm, not going on the apps or anything like that.
Right.
Um but I like do have friends that like actively go on it and they actually do meet like great people off of it. Like whether or
Oh,
not it's turned into like a relationship, they've still met like good quality people
oh,
out
that's
there. And
good.
it's like sometimes even when you've moved, like dating apps aren't the worst. Like if you're in a city or just like in a new spot, because like some people just want to go on like a date and try things. And like
Right,
it's,
right.
it is needs to be sometimes looked at as a way just to become social again and not just hooking up or dating after it. You know
I
what I mean?
agree.
It
I
helps you
get
practice how to treat each other during dating.
Yes, I agree. That's one of the things why I said yes when I ended that long relationship prior to getting married, is I was like, I'm just going to say yes to everybody, whether I'm attracted to them or not. Sorry, guys. But it wasn't that I didn't find them attractive. I was like, I don't know if they're my type, and I just tried to, like, erase the idea of a type, I guess is
Mhm.
what I'm trying to say. I'm like, what if they're a quality person? What if they end up being a good friend,
Yeah.
or introducing me to their best friend who I fall in love with? You know what I mean? Those are the kinds of things that I thought of. And I have to say, Jeff Para and Ron Castilla, if you're listening, which I know, Jeff, you are, because he is a subscriber, um, I would not have thought that we would have gone out on a date and had a great time. And let me tell you, he showed up like a grown up. In fact, he interjected when we were sitting. I was trying to invite our friends to join our table, and they were kind of like poo pooing us away. And he was like, come on. Like, he stepped
Yeah.
in and was the man and was like, just come and sit with us. Like,
Yeah.
stop being, in your
Feel.
feels.
Yeah,
And
no, inclusive.
was super inclusive. And I have to tell you, by the end of the night, I couldn't walk through the parking lot through my heels. And this guy picked me up and carried me to the car.
We love
So,
it. We love
yes,
it.
shout out to Jeff for that. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is you can't always judge a book by its cover.
Mm-mm.
And it is good to go out and meet people and go on dates and, like what you said, practice dating. That's
Yeah.
one of the things that I said. I'm like, it's just like interviewing. You have to practice it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. No. And like a lot of people, like, it's like don't always feel comfortable with even getting to that point because they want to feel comfortable with themselves. But I promise you, if you throw yourself out there, it will help with your confidence and also just knowing that there's opportunities out there. Like, even if you realize you're not ready to date or like really don't want to be in a relationship, like at least you're like pushing yourself to go out there. Cause I mean, we're all meant to interact with one another.
Yes.
And, you know, it's not like we want everyone to be alone because of this or that. But definitely pushing yourself to go out there, dress up a little bit, and put yourself out there will definitely like help you and your confidence a lot too.
I agree. I feel like you should be taking your own advice.
I know, I really should. I really should. I know a lot.
I'm like, I'm like,
after this, I'm downloading Tinder.
Only because I think, well, I don't even think you need the apps because I've seen my girl Sarah in action, and this girl needs no help. Like, we go out, and she is just a people
They can
magnet.
look, but they can't touch.
I know, but I'm just saying you have mastered the art of socializing and making it look so easy. Like, I admire and respect that about you so much. Being that it took me to the age 30 and you just go out and you're like, hey, what do you do? What's your job? Blah, blah, blah. And you just come with the questions. And I'm like, I love her. Like, and there's
really
not enough.
I never stop talking, so there's really no option.
But you are very engaging,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like you ask important questions, and there is an art to it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that has gotten lost with not meeting people authentically, or I don't know what. I personally didn't have good experiences using the apps. We're talking back when Zeus, you probably don't even know about Zeus, but it was through Facebook. And I actually did end up getting in a long-term relationship from it, but it wasn't a healthy one.
I do have a friend from college. I lived with her for a year, but she ended up meeting her current husband on Tinder. And we all thought it was like crazy because Tinder was new and we were like, it's just like a hookup app. And like, we didn't believe it, but like they literally like met through Tinder, started dating in college and married and have kids now.
So there's a success story. There we go. Okay.
They do work.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
There is hope for us. Hope. Okay, that's good to know. Well, the ones I did were like Yahoo dating or something like that, and Zeus. And I have to tell you, and I probably shouldn't be telling on myself right now, but the Yahoo guy was like eager to pursue and then didn't show up for the date. And the Zeus guy I had a relationship with, and that was a train wreck. But, we learn from our mistakes, I guess. We're still friends to this day, so it wasn't a total
train wreck.
Wasn't a total train wreck, yeah. In fact, he still remembers Brooklyn, my daughter. She still remembers him. And, I have a lot of fond memories from that relationship. It just, it didn't end well, and there were definitely some unhealthy things. But you learn, you grow. So
yeah, I mean, a lot of people are pretty upset about Tinder doing the height adjustments. So if you're like a woman, I'm pretty sure I'm assuming I could be for men too. But once you create your profile, you can set your limits at the height. So like if you would never date anybody that's like 5'2", you can put that as like I only would date like 5'5" and above or something like that.
Okay.
Which like a lot of people in society are looking at as like a part of the feminist movement and shallow, making it harder for men to date because like you can't meet your short king if you don't put 5'5" and below.
Right. That's interesting because what's the show? Bachelor in Paradise or whatever. I watched that. I haven't watched the Love Island stuff.
Addicting.
But
A Maya
yeah,
Papaya one last night, but I haven't watched it. I've just seen it all over Instagram.
okay, yeah,
But it's
I've
like a
been
32
seeing,
episode
yeah, and
season.
now I'm like, I want to watch it, and it's practically over. But this is what I do know about the height thing is that that has been a popular topic, and even the women that were on Bachelor in Paradise, they did a little game where people had to like put stickers on what statements they agreed with, and one of the women said, um over 5'5", but up to 6'2". Like she gave this weird bracket,
Bracket.
and Jesse, the host, was asking her like, "What's with this?" And she's like, "I don't want to turn my short king away, but I also want athlete kids,
Yeah.
right?" So,
But you never know who you're gonna meet. Like you
yeah,
don't know what's in store. And like, I mean, I'm a taller woman. I'm 5'10", so like I definitely have had challenges ever being like who's crossed my path being taller than me. But I will say like most of the guys I've dated have been like same height as me or something. So it's like,
okay,
but it's also they're not like insecure people. If I was to wear heels or something, like, oh damn, like you're taller than me, or like anything like that, because that's like a huge
that,
point that like if
yes,
you're a taller woman and a man is shorter, like they need to be confident with themselves that you can wear what you want, strut
right,
your stuff. I mean,
right.
it's for them, so.
That's interesting you say. So you are literally my mom's height. My mom was like 5'10" and a half, and back in her day, God rest her soul, she's up in heaven, but she told me that was the biggest challenge is in her day, she was like, nobody picked me at the dances because she was taller than
It's rough.
them. And so it was hard for her to date. So
Yeah,
she,
I was the same height, if not taller, than like most boys through middle
so
school.
did you date anybody that was shorter? Have you
I
dated
did like
anybody?
in middle school, and I'd say like, I'm like same height as like a few people I've dated like the last like few years.
Uh huh.
But I would say the shortest was ever in like middle school, just because like if I liked a boy and they liked me, I was like, I'm sorry, like you're 2 inches shorter, but I like you.
Oh my God. Wow. Yeah.
And they were just like, it's cool you're tall. And I'm like, thanks. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I could see. Yeah. I would feel weird about that.
But it's like we were in middle school. It's not like we were,
Right, right. No, I
doing
can't
too much
even.
besides kissing.
See, and this is like something I can't relate to because I say
She's our short
I'm
queen.
5'4" on a good day with heels, so really I'm 5'3" and a half. So I had no idea you were
Yeah.
5'10". See,
Yeah.
to me everybody's tall. So
And I continued growing because like runners, their feet and like generally they do continue to grow like over the years. So I
wow.
graduated high school at 5'9".
So that's what I need to do is start running.
Yes, stretch it out, girl. Or just stretch, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Do you think it would work at the ripe age of 57?
I don't know. I never thought I'd
know.
continue to grow. I was like, please stop.
Maybe I should Google that.
Yeah.
That's a good tip. Okay. People don't believe me when I say I've lost weight and I can't wear my shoes anymore because
She's a tiny little girl.
my feet, your feet
Feet
shrink,
shrink.
and they're like, your feet actually. I'm like, hello, you have fat in your feet, believe it or not. Yeah. It's crazy. Okay, so wow, you have taught me a lot. This has been so enlightening. So, where do you think you're going to go from here? Just curious. Now that we've been talking about all this dating stuff.
I mean, like, I'm okay. So I definitely have been like feeling the happiest I've been in a while. Like, just working out's like a huge part of like my mental health, and I've been really consistent with that over the last
Same.
like couple months. So
Same. Good for
as
you.
my
Good for
confidence
us.
grows, the closer I'll get to like putting myself out there.
Mhm.
So I don't want to put a time limit on it, but
Do you feel like you're open? Like
Yeah.
if somebody approached
yeah,
you.
I just like want like I've been like DM'd on Instagram by like people that I went to high school with, and I'm like open to it, but then like I'm not gonna make the effort for the date. Like if I say like, oh, I'm available this weekend, and then like you don't message, then there's that. So it's not like I'm not like entertaining it. It's just like I know I will have to probably be the one to approach, and I just I'm just trying to break from it from a little bit.
Right, right. Okay, so
Yeah.
you are kind of like in the same position as me in that you want the man to ask you
Oh, well, just
out
like make
and
the effort, like I'll come pick you up if I'm like, oh, come like we
Yeah.
can grab drinks or a bite or something, and like the bay, if they're not even like from here, or if they're from the valley or something, and we meet halfway. But it's like you've got to communicate to make the effort, because like you're taking somebody out on a date, like
100%.
you know what I mean.
This is where it's like I'm a feminist, but I'm old fashioned in that I definitely, oh my God. Okay, I got to share a story since we're going on this path. So, in my high school days, living with single mom, my boyfriend would come to pick me up and he would honk and she would say, "That's a beep beep doorbell." Like,
My dad would not even let me probably
yeah,
walk to
she
the
was
car.
like, that is, I'm not going to use the word because it's not a nice word, but she was basically saying, "Your man needs to come to the door for you." And I was like, well, my mom was kind of tough. She was like,
Well, you don't
you,
see it back then, or at that time.
right, right. And at the time I was just like, I'm ready to go and he's honking and we don't need any fancy introductions. But now that I think about it, I'm like, he absolutely should make the first move, make the call, like
Knock on the door,
knock
get out
on
of
the
the car.
door. Yes. And I feel like guys have gotten lazy and a lot of these women are making it easy for them. Like, oh yeah, just come over and Netflix and chill. Like,
Well,
what?
and a lot of women pay for men too these days.
Yeah. Yeah. I think,
Like it's a lot of things have been role reversed, but
yeah,
stick to your guns.
I do think that chivalry is not dead. And I think that,
It's
well,
on
go
life
ahead.
support.
Yeah, I think it's important for the man to. You see, this is where I struggle with it. It's like, how can I be a feminist if I also believe that chivalry is not dead and I want my man to open my door and like,
Yeah.
that's why I
But I
say,
look at that as like common courtesy, because it's like even on like a first date, like a Tinder first date or something like that I would do if I met somebody, I'd probably just like offer to split the bill. Like, you know what I
that's
mean? Like,
fair.
so like that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. So it's like meet me halfway of like expecting that kind of like response if you didn't like the date.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like we're all trying to meet each other there to see if it works out. If it doesn't, doesn't it? But,
Right.
you know
Okay.
what I mean? The
I
line
think
of
that's
respect.
fair.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be open. Well, what if the guy is like, oh no, I'm paying for the date? Are you going to let him?
Yeah, of course. Like
Okay.
I'm not gonna like ask more than once.
Okay.
Offer
Okay.
more than once.
Okay.
Because then it's a gentleman. He's like, no, no, no. Like
Right. See,
brownie
that's,
points.
yes, that's where I feel like there are a lot of women that are like, I got my own money, I can buy my own drink. It's like, girl, put your money away and let this man pay for you.
I know. I brought my brother Taco Bell yesterday. I was like, why did I do that? Why did I do that? He is older than me and makes me a lot more.
What? Yeah, see?
But I was like,
Because
this is our cheapest thing I could buy him. So, anyways.
oh, that's a great example. No, that's true. See, that goes back to like what we're used to doing that, right? We're just kind of like used to being giving, kind, caring people. And I mean, it's your brother, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah, I
but
mean, yeah.
yeah, and it was Taco Bell, so it wasn't steak and lobster. Okay, well, I feel like we made a lot of progress on this topic. Now I feel like you got to come for a follow-up.
I know, I
One of
know.
your
We gotta
dates.
like nitpick after, yeah, oh my gosh, experimental date.
Right.
We gotta nitpick one of the topics. If any of the listeners want to comment what they like the most, we can pick up.
Yes, I love that idea. I love that idea. So let me make sure that I give a shout out to all my loyal listeners, subscribers. I never know who to say first, so let me switch it up this time. Dr. Kyle, Professor Kyle, my friend Kyle Few, who put out the book Audible Commitment to Love. Love is a verb. You should read it, actually. I'm saying that because, well, honestly, I think everybody should read it just because it talks about not just how to love yourself, which is so important for all of us, and I don't feel like enough of us do that, but also just that love is a commitment, and that it's not just about providing it water. You have to provide, well, you're a plant person, so this is a great analogy for you, right? You have to provide it the
sunlight.
appropriate sunlight,
Correct nutrients for its soil.
Yes, all the things that I suck at. I kill every plant, including an aloe vera, which is like, how do I kill an aloe vera?
My mom's dried it out, but you just have to add like a crap ton of water to them to revive them.
Okay, all right. Too bad I got rid of that one. So, but that's good to know for future reference. Anyway, shout out to Kyle Few. You can find his Audible on Amazon. Commitment to Love. Love is a verb. Roger Haven, also a fellow plant grower. He grows flowers, plants, and he's always displaying all his stuff on his social media. So shout out to Roger. Lisa Roberts Carbello, I hope to see you at the birthday party this Friday. Wise Girls, East Bay Groove Line, what? And Mike Kaufman, of course, I gotta give a shout out to my hubby. I'm not really talking about his company too much because I haven't heard back about the sponsorship, so I'm just going to say thank you, Mike. Thank you, mister. Jeff Pata, namaste. Always appreciate your sound, grounding, meditation advice. And Angie Germer of Thrive, level up your fitness. She sponsors all natural supplements that basically fill the nutritional gaps to. I've actually been using her products, and I don't know if they're working on the muscle. I'll let you know, Angie. I don't know. Still, the jury's still out on that one. And last but not least, my girl Kara, lovemyartist.etsy.com. She has got some amazing products. Honestly, everything that's on her page, I want. From the leather boots to the backpack that you can put your laptop in. It's purple, black, white, zebra. I'll have to show it to you. I'm obsessed. But I can't afford it yet, Kara, because it's from Italy. It's all leather. But you should check out her page. She's got a lot of great stuff there. And did I forget anybody else? Let me just go through my Rolodex and my SpongeBob brain files. Okay, I think that's everybody. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. We got to do a follow-up segment on this. I really feel like we got to do a follow-up segment.
Yeah,
and
I'll be back.
Yeah, we got to do it. And in the meantime, please be sure to text in your questions, your comments, do you have any feedback on this, Travis? I know you will. But yes, I would love to hear from all the different generations. Okay, I guess that's it. So you know what the closing statement is. Ciao for now. Thanks, Sarah, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.